All right, our fifth tool on the right-hand side here is our find and replace functionality. This is, first of all, exactly what it sounds like. This is an easy way to find items in your playlist and replace them. Now, like most things in Crispin, though, we always try to find our ways to make things easier for an operator. Less clicks is always going to be better for them when they're in a fast-paced environment. So what I can do with this is first of all, some of it's pretty straightforward. I could assign manually what channel and what column I want to look at. I could type in what I want to find and what I want to replace. And you see a few different options here on how I might want to do that. But I'd recommend instead you let it do the work for you. For example, let's say this spot down here is what I need to replace. If I click on that, notice how it was aware of that. It changed to this correct channel. It filled in the material ID that I want to replace. And then I can, of course, type in what I would want to do. Let's see, maybe I want to replace this just with a very similar spot. And now from here, I can decide if I want it to match that whole word or the specific case, what direction I want it in. And you probably noticed that autofill was checked in, which is why it was able to, choose based on what I clicked on. If you don't want that functionality, you can easily turn it off as well too, but I think most people will find it pretty handy. Now, this is probably similar to other, Word docs and things like that you've used, where you've got a few options here as well too. I could simply tell it to find the next one of this in my list, replace just the next one, or, some other options here as well too. More than likely, you'll probably end up wanting to replace all of them and say this is a subbed out spot or something like that, just as an example, right? So when I do that, it immediately acts on the whole list. The one that's right in our view, just so happens, we could see very quickly that this has been replaced. It was 137 and it's now 136. But it really is as simple as that. I can go again in either direction, and it's not just for material IDs. Again, if I want to search for something else as well too, why type in all of that? If I click on my video source, for example, not only did it take my text, it even was aware that it's a different column, so it auto-changed that. And now, this being a video source, not a normal typable field, it's even changed to being a drop-down menu so I can look at what is a valid video source for it and not just, make me have to type everything else in as well too, right? So let's say I want to change it to this different video source that I had before or that I had on this before. It goes number 2. I can tell it replace all, just one, whatever it may be. I'm going to go ahead and tell it in this case to replace them all. And notice how everything from that event down has now been replaced. That was a match for that demo SVR2. They're all now this new name. All right, so find and replace makes it much easier for you to do tasks such as taking out a bad spot or replacing a video source with another across your entire playlist. And this can be done again too, on each of my individual playlists. So if I needed to do the same thing on the fly to several, for example, then I could go ahead and toggle through all of these, right, and do a similar sort of action to make sure and find and replace all the items I need across all of my lists.